Bro's lost a coffee. How do you lose a coffee, mate?
I don't know. I've lost my coffee, bro.
Oh, holy shit! What the fuck is that noise? Can you hear that?
No.
What? Is that a car?
I just realized we're recording, so this is gonna be an interesting.
Fucking mate! Right as I click record, some fucking sounds like the world's ending. Some deep metallic rumbling noise just occurred.
The rumblings here.
To be fair, the amount of fucking noises that I hear in this apartment. Hey everyone, welcome to the pod. I'm over in Manchester now. I'm living here. And mate, the view out the window is fucking awesome. But holy shit, I hear like 8 ambulances a minute and like fucking rumbling and crumbling and jackhammers and shit. It's crazy. It's all going on.
The view looks nice. I saw it on your story the other day. That must be nice. Like
it's unreal.
You want to know what my view is right now? When I'm, sat doing my check-ins, if I want to look to my right, I have a desk that is not fully constructed. If I look to my left, it's a wall. So like, I'm not really winning right now.
I'm in my living room, which is the most put together room, and still I'm looking around and it's like there's shit everywhere. My room is, my where I live is weird. So the building that I have has a number and my apartment has a number. And Amazon reckon they've delivered like 400 quid's worth of furniture, but I don't see it. It's not there.
Oh, you're joking.
So
what are you trying to do about that now?
I don't know. It says parcel was left on an outside porch. I don't have a porch. I live in an apartment.
They've spawned it in midair and it's just like it's a bird.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to like misplace that much stuff.
There's an electronic gate that they need to buzz to get in, and then once they're in, they then have to go to security and they leave it with security, and security put it where they need to. So I just go downstairs and it's like in my building reception, and it's not there, which is awesome. So after the pod, I'm gonna have to like go on like 8 different things and be like, yep, this didn't show up, this didn't show up, this didn't show up. And if they ask me for photographic proof, I'll be like, awesome, here's a picture of nothing. I love when they do that.
This is just like, I was explaining this to a friend the other day, coincidentally. Why did I say it like that? Coincidentally. There are just these side quests in life that just piss you off. Like, why do these have to be? Why does washing up have to be a thing? Can you just not? Like, I've got stuff to do, bro. Like,
you know what? I don't mind washing up.
It's nice when you're not busy.
Fair. This place though does have a dishwasher, so I'm giggling.
Oh, yes.
I'm giggling.
Bro, you can't talk about your girlfriend like that. What the fuck? Are we going to address that Camille's not here? Well, I just realized, so speaking of your girlfriend, like, he's not here.
Yeah, exactly. I shouldn't speak ill of Camille. Camille's not here. He's busy. It is important. So there we are. It's just me and Matty.
Just what we do.
Yeah, exactly. For full clarity, I'm buzzing off of a monster, but I also have a huge headache and I do feel rough. I don't really know what's going on with me today. I thought I was withdrawing from caffeine, but I've had my caffeine and it's not fucked off. And I'm hydrated. I've had some time outside. I've been on the walk pad. I was on the walk pad this morning. I've done 8,000 steps. I left my house for 20 minutes.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful.
I'm getting mine set up. I've just got, I've got the typical easy to set up desk. Mate, I'm shit with like building shit, but to be honest, I've done all right. It's not that hard to set up. It's just trying to do it in between calls and stuff like that. I'm at the point where like I'll finish the call, do some work, try and get on with that because I want this set up because I want to. Yeah, I've already sent it into the group chat, but it's the electric one that goes up. So I'm trying to get my walking pad underneath that because I ordered one of them. That arrived. And I'm actually going to be able to get some fucking steps in. Because although I want to get the majority of mine stuff outside, but when there's days like this where it's like I have to be inside because I've got like 3 or 4 calls today.
Yeah.
It's like realistically inside is going to be it's better than not moving.
The thing that used to get me is where a call would finish like slightly early. So I've got like 10 to 20 minutes to kill. I'm like, realistically, by the time I get myself out the door to go and walk, I'm going to be like, okay, I don't want to call it too soon. I don't want to leave it too late, so I better go back.
Yeah.
Like, you get like 30 seconds of walking. Whereas if I thought I ordered a standing desk, I didn't, which is a story for a different day. The plan was going to be standing desk, stand it up, and then continue working. And then as soon as someone's like, cool, I'm ready for a call, just turn the treadmill off from under my feet, or just put the desk down and sit down.
That's
and like that little, the key to steps for anyone listening, if you struggle with steps, is little bits. You don't need to go out on a fucking 2-hour hike every day. Just like, I make a habit of parking in the furthest spot I can year round. If I go to EP, I will park technically in the other business's car park to walk longer. Like if I go to a supermarket, I'll park as far away as I can just to long out the walk. It's all those little bits of steps that add up. So the walk pad is the goat for that.
Yeah, it is pretty damn good. I mean, if you do have the finances and space to do it, because they're bigger than you think as well. It depends. It depends which one you get. But to be fair, I got mine for an absolute steal. The day I ordered it, it was on a massive deal. Like it was like 20% off or something like that. I went to go send it to Aaron, and then because Aaron was asking about it, and then it was more expensive that day, and I was like, "Oh shit, you missed out." That's unlucky. I'm
thinking about getting like a bike or something for this place, but the thing is, like, it's so unsightly. They just look so shit.
Well, I think it looks nice if you put it in a certain decent place in the room with like where it's not like cluttering up the space, where it's like an actual big open space. I don't know if you have that at that place. I don't know what it looks like. You'll have to invite me over.
To be fair, you can come over. The space isn't huge. There's not really a nice like the way that it's designed, because it's got this big open window. The idea is that it's very open. So like if I put the bike anywhere, it clutters it. And if I put it by the window, it ruins the fact that there's a big open window that you can see out of. Basically the whole apartment is based around the view from the apartment.
Yeah. It would be nice if you could place it in a way that you'd be looking out.
Yeah, but possible. It would be fine. It's just, I think, to be honest, like I'm looking at buying houses, and I'll probably just have like Reese does, just have a bedroom and just put the walk pad and like a bike in there, and then just have that as a cardio room.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, I can fuck off there and do it when I need to. But also, to be fair as well, if I do cardio in a room, the room's going to stink and be very humid. Like,
that's true. That's the only negative in it. That's why I try. Our cardio's in like the garage outside.
That's the best place for it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, why don't you just up the dose and then you get so unhealthy that you don't need to do cardio, because it gets dangerous to do cardio. Your heart rate is just at this maximum level all the time. Sure, you can sustain that, mate. That's what drugs are for, right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Just to skip cardio. Imagine. Increasing the load just to skip cardio, bro.
Yeah, more drugs to do less health benefits.
Yeah, obviously that's what you want. But like, how is it on like a scale? How many days would you say it's going to take to like actually fully move in once you've got the furniture? Is it just the furniture left, or is it like, I think you said like Wi-Fi as well and stuff like that?
Wi-Fi is now sorted. I've got shit from down south to bring up this weekend, and then I've got all sorts of furniture, and fuck knows what Amazon have done with it as well. So I've got to sort that. So probably another like 2 or so weeks.
Okay.
And then I can start house hunting, because this place is only rented. I love apartments with all my heart. Buying them is a waste of money though.
Yeah.
So they have to be rented. So I'm going to be gutted to go back to living in a house, because honestly, like, living in an apartment is just so much nicer than living in a house.
I can imagine it. But it's just wasted money at the end of the day. Like,
they never sell, and you have to pay like maintenance costs on top.
Yeah, it's like the stepping stone in it, like you're doing now. Like,
like apartments are best rented than bought. But yeah, if I wish apartments were a better investment to buy into, because otherwise I would buy one, because I just it's so nice.
Yeah,
like, but you're so high up. It's so cool. I've got like underground parking. I've got a big fucking gate. that like I can open, and there's tons of people and neighbors, and you can get apartments. You get fucking if you pay out the arse rate, you can get apartments with like private gyms in and stuff like Joe Gann has.
Nice.
It's cool as fuck. Yeah, there was an apartment complex I was looking at where they had like an events room, several offices, cinema room, indoor sports room, sports hall. It's like a uni campus, slap bang in the middle of Manchester. And it would be sick, but the cost is extortionate. But yeah, like they run events and stuff. Fucking, I'd love it.
It would be cool if you did move into an apartment complex, like as a bodybuilder, it'd be just sick. If the only thing that I'd be looking at is literally just if they have like some kind of gym that has just cardio in it, because I bet it's easy just to walk downstairs in the morning or up, depending on where you are, and just fucking jump on a treadmill. Like that's mint.
Yeah, that's what Joe does. That's why I was looking at them, because like I was like, okay, well, I can wake up, go to the on-site gym, and then crack on with my work in an office, and then like there's events and people around, so you don't have to go far if you want to go like socialize or whatever, and then you can still travel out to an actual gym to train at. But you get free access to all the facilities like the office, the movies, and the fucking gym and yada 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 if you're already living there. So
it does seem. I'm excited for like. I just realized I've lived in like villages most of my life, or like towns as well. So I'm excited to go to like a city. I want to live in like a city at some point.
It's the most fun. Yeah, I lived in small places, and then Cardiff was the first city that I went to. I was like, yo, this is fucking sick. I don't rate London. London's so overhyped. I don't get it. It's so corporate. I'm not a fan. If anyone listening likes London, you're wrong.
Yeah, I coached like 5 people from London. They are the busiest people. They are actually the busiest. It sounds horrible, like horrid, but they get on with it well. You know, fair enough.
I think the only people who live in London are people who work in London. So I think it's a bit of I think it's Stockholm syndrome. People who like London, you know, they're like, oh yes, I love my captor.
I'd love to know the sleep schedule of the average person in London. It would be quite interesting.
Yeah, London's so oppressively busy and aggressive. It's not nice. Manchester, much calmer, much nicer. Cardiff, much calmer. Cardiff, smaller than Manchester though. To be fair, Sheffield, Liverpool, shout out to Sheffield and Liverpool, they're quite nice. Leeds is quite good. Not Birmingham. Fuck Birmingham.
Sorry.
Not Nottingham. Not really the Midlands. Fuck the Midlands. Just don't live in the Midlands, you'll be sound.
Just don't live in England, mate. Well, how about we just live on the moon? I'd say
to be fair,
out there.
Go to Scandinavia. Don't live in England, you'll be sound.
So are you training fully RVP now, like fully?
Yes, sir.
There's some big names in there. I saw Toyton and One Punch Naz training in there.
Yeah, he was. Naz was there when I was there for upper. Actually, did I see him both days? No, I saw him for the first day I went there. After moving in, he was there, and I was like, "Yo."
He seems so chill. He actually seems like so chill.
Yeah, he is. He is proper sound.
So does Toyton, to be fair. But like, did you see the photo they posted together and Toyton being like so far in front of One Punch Naz, and everyone being like, "Yeah." There was.
I saw Toyton there yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's mad that there are some big names there, which is fucking. It's kind of cool. Like seeing people who are. I think my gym started off as a bodybuilding gym in the south, and then it very quickly stopped being that. And so going to a gym that is bodybuilding is really fucking nice.
Yeah, environment does shape quite a lot of training sessions, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. Like I can go there, I can warm up on the cardio, I can murder my session, finish with cardio, go and do posing. Yeah, it's much nicer. Like
not get told off posing is pretty good.
Yeah, in a posing room, being able to gym pin stuff as well. Like I've
never understood that. It's like it's so annoying. Like I feel like it's becoming more of an issue nowadays when it comes to gyms stopping gym pinning and shit like that. Same with like stopping like any kind of filming as well. I've seen that happen a couple of times.
Yeah,
and it's like I think it's really annoying because like a lot of the I'm not speaking on behalf of gym owners, but I know a lot of them are older, and a lot of the people that tell people, or tell, it's not even sometimes coming from the gym owner, it's coming from around them as well. It's like they think everyone's recording for social media. But like realistically, most people in the gym are recording for them. There are some people that are being a bit titty, and you can tell the difference realistically, because you can tell if they actually train okay, or at least they're trying to train better. Where it's like the average person will get a quick arm pump and, you know, fucking put the tripod in the most inconvenient place possible. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. I would, if I was a gym owner, I would never have an issue with it as long as you're not getting in people's way. Like realistically, it's not affecting them. That's my
yeah. I couldn't agree more, man. You know, I think I think there's usually a bad reason behind the no filming. I've been to gyms where they're like, "Oh, we can monetize it," and it's like all you're doing is just kind of ruining the name and reputation that your gym carries. I think gyms don't realize that they lack a lot more permanence than they think. Like, I think once they've been going for a few years, they'll be like, yeah, we'll be fine. We can just tell people not to film and not to do this and not to do that, and our members won't go away. And I think, especially nowadays, with all the gyms popping up, more people being more aware of what good kit is, what bad kit is, more people working remotely, more people being able to move, like, the gym space is more competitive now. You can't really slack on those things as a gym owner. And like, if you're a real dickhead, even if you own a fucking awesome gym with awesome kit, people are going to fuck off and go elsewhere. And also, like, whenever I talk to gym owners and they're like, oh, it just doesn't bring in business. 2 words: Ultraflex or Rotherham. Right? As soon as anyone says to me as a gym owner, oh, letting people film isn't good for the gym brand, Ultraflex, Rotherham. The only reason that gym in a village near Sheffield is known is because of the people that train out of it. And because the people who train out of it film in it all the fucking time. Like, I remember when the tripod thing was becoming a big thing just after COVID. Ultraflex Rotherham, they were like, hey, we've got tripods behind the desk. If you want them, shout. The coach, also, if you go around the coach, they have tripods just around the gym. You can just take them and use them. Like, if you let people film their shit in your gym, they're more likely to keep going. They're more likely to bring you custom. You know, I don't get it.
Well, sorry.
I was going to go on a tangent. You go.
I was just going to say, I think a lot of people the reason why a lot of people stay at gyms is obviously the environment, but it's more like just being comfortable. And I think if I'm uncomfortable to whip out a camera because the rules are kind of like in a gray zone, or like, you know, people have been a bit fucking iffy about it, it's like, well, I'm not going to be comfortable there. That's going to be one thing added to the list of the reason why if I see a better gym, I'll go to it. Like, this gym probably doesn't do that. It's a bit annoying.
Yeah, well, once you've kind of like, I think even when you've been going to the gym for a while, been going to a gym for a while, just getting like hold off just kind of knocks you a little bit. I've had it in a few gyms, and it's like, I won't name any names because it's not fair to the gyms. There was one where, in fact, both of them were posing related. Both of them I posed in spots that I'd seen many, many people pose on social media. And then I got told off and caught, and they were like, you can't do that. And I was like, oh, like, sorry, my bad. I saw these people doing it. And they were like, I don't care what other people are doing. You can't do it. It's not allowed. And I'm like, okay, like, I think gym owners are always the quickest to get their backs up. And like, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just basically being like, hey, I'm not just a moron stood here in my underwear.
Yeah.
I genuinely saw this as okay. I'm not just like posing here to be a cunt. I've seen people do it, so I thought it was okay. My bad. And, you know, gym owners are always like, fucking, as soon as you've done something. And then it's just awkward. Like, for the next week or so, it's just a little bit like, a bit awkward, you know. And I think, like that knock in confidence really is something that you have to take into account. And the more rules that you put on stuff, the more you pull people up on it. And again, both of the gyms where I got told off for that, it's like, your roots are in bodybuilding, and the people that you cross post on Instagram are bodybuilders and coaches, and like, it's it is a little bit one rule for some, another rule for the other. And it's like, I reckon if I came back to those gyms in 5 years and posed, they wouldn't tell me off.
Yeah.
You know, and I think gym owners have the mindset of like, my business, my rules, and I don't think you get that much freedom anymore. I think more people need to borrow from Finn and Reese in the way that they're running their gym, as people who have trained out of gyms longer than they've owned. You know, like, they both break kit and then fucking fix it. Same with LaCoach. Nathaniel's fantastic. I remember when me and Luke had him on the pod, and he was like, you can buy cables by the hundreds, by the thousands. There's 200 behind the desk, and all of my staff know how to fix it. It takes 2 minutes to fix. So the reason you never see a machine out of order is because it was probably broken that morning and then fixed by lunchtime. Like, and he's like, it cost me a tenner and 5 minutes to fix. Why would I not fix it? If people are breaking the machines, they're getting stronger. They're doing what they should in my gym. They're literally like fantastic. They're outgrowing the gym. Now I need better equipment.
Yeah, as long as it's breaking for the right reasons. Like, like I say, for the right reason. As if it's happened like by an accident, not by someone fucking, loading up way more than they should and throwing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which is what you'll get at Le Coach, because there's not the standard that of training there is going to be a lot higher than your gym group, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I remember I went on a bit of a tirade about a gym I was going to, because they kept buying new kit, and the new kit was really light. And that's not me being like, oh, guys, I'm so strong. I'm very middle of the pack on strength. To be completely honest, I'm very middle of the pack on strength. Objectively, these pieces they were buying, you can look at the weight, you can look at the motion of the stack compared to the amount of motion I move through. It's like a 1 to 4. It's like the easiest thing I've ever seen. They won't let you gym pin it. They won't let you do everything, anything to it to modify it. And I'm like, what you're saying is like, I can't do too well at your gym. Like there is a level of there's a point where there is a point and there's a ceiling to this gym, and you're lowering it. And like, congrats, you've been going to this gym for so long and you've been so successful at going to this gym that now you need to go somewhere else because the kit doesn't work for you. And it's like, it's ridiculous. Gyms need people to get results for them to keep going. Like, especially if you're not a pure gym or a gym group that kind of thrives off of people forgetting to cancel memberships. If you're a private owned gym, people are going to keep going to you if the kit feels good, they're progressing it, and they're seeing results. Otherwise, they'll fuck off elsewhere, or they'll just stop going. And if you don't allow people to progress by getting shit kit, or by being petrified of fixing kit, or basically making it so like everything is viewed as antique and like you're in a library rather than being in a bodybuilding gym, you're just limiting what people can do. Like, imagine if you owned a racetrack where you train sprinters, and you said, oh, please don't scuff the floor. Don't take that corner too fast. You're going to blur the white line there. Oh, don't step on the grass, please. We just watered that. Like, it's stupid. It's idiotic.
Yeah, I think they're almost focusing on the wrong things. I think there's only a couple of rules that are like that matter across every single gym. And one of them, which a lot of what people get right, is put your fucking weights back, because that is a universal rule. People still do it. That I think some gyms do it really, really well. If someone sees them, they'll if you're at you're at a good gym, because if like a staff member sees someone not putting a weight back, and they give them time to see if they remember, because some people do forget genuinely. Like, I'm sure it's happened to everyone. You forgot, and then you literally look back and be like, oh fuck. So, and then but like they give warnings, and it's like 2 warnings, and you kind of you're gonna get fucking sanctioned. That's fair enough. I think another one is generally being mindful of not being on your phone for fucking too long during a rest period. I think that's something that's harder to enforce, but if you're a staff member and you're seeing someone constantly do it, especially on a piece of kit that like everyone uses, it's just fucking disrespectful. It really winds me up. Everyone is busy. No one has the objective of going into the gym and goes, I want to be here for 3 hours longer than I should be. Like, realistic, or like 20 minutes. Yeah, no one thinks like that. So please do that, or don't do that, I should say. And then I think the other one is just be respectful of kit. Like, I think far too many people slam shit. I think that there's a couple of exercises like, you know, an SLDL deadlift, like, yeah, there's going to be some dropping, there's going to be some kind of movement. But if you're doing like a cable row with 20 kg, I actually see it far too much. It really pisses me off. And you fucking you get to the end of the rep and you just go and just let it go. Like, what are you doing? Like, realistically, if you can move that, it's not that heavy. Just go plop and put it back. Especially if it's like a single arm movement. For fuck's sake, you should never be doing that on a single arm movement.
Yeah, exactly. Man. Yeah. No, agreed. Putting the weights away, and I want to layer on top of that. Particularly if fuck that, doesn't matter. Every gym, there should be, in my opinion, designated places for different plates, or heavier goes on the bottom, or if there's a bunch of 5 kilo plates, don't put a 20 on.
Yeah,
because you're making the assumption that the people who want the 5s can move the 20. And even if you're in a bodybuilding gym, when I first fucking started, man, I would not be able to move those 20s, right? But I would want those 5 kilos. And I remember being a newbie in the gym and being unable to bench because I couldn't get my fucking plates.
Yeah.
Because someone had like stacked 25s on 25s, and I'm like, I can't move that, man. And it's the most demoralizing thing ever when you're starting to the gym. Like, you can't. Some people's basal strength, like mine, is atrocious. Like, it's really embarrassing. So yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, and I think it's really apparent on things like leg press as well. Another little thing is like people always leave like a 20 on as like an assumption of a base strength. Some people generally are very, very weak, and that's not their fault. They could be first time they start, they could be rehabbing shit. Don't leave that on, because imagine you're someone. Let's say you're like, let's take Judith, a 60-year-old lady who's fucking got a left knee replacement or left hip replacement, whatever. She's not only going to struggle taking them 20s off and putting them away, she's also going to fucking struggle moving that shit. Like, it's just a bit shit.
Yeah, that assumption of like basal strength is so stupid. Like, what if you're injured? What if you're not used to the kit? Sometimes you get on a kit and you're like, whoa, holy shit, that lengthened is horrible. Oh my God, I'm so glad I did not load that up, right? Like, and also, if you've leg pressed and you're assuming that someone can do one plate, you've clearly taken off other plates. Just do the last two. Like, you're just delegating that to someone else, realistically.
That's the most annoying thing, where you're like, when you're working in with someone, or like you've asked to work in with someone, or not working, sorry, you said how many sets do you have left? They've got like 1, and then they just leave it on. Have you ever had that? I'm not like afraid to speak up about it. Like, I know I'm a younger guy, but I'll be like, can you take your weight off? Like, and Luke's had it a couple times as well. I remember talking to him. It's just like, what? That's even more disrespectful. You've got someone waiting. Yeah. And it's like, what the fuck? Just unless I've gone, could you leave this on? Like, if someone's doing a leg press, I'll probably get them to leave the last one on, because I like to warm up with at least something. But like, yeah, it's just fucking annoying. Like, no one has ever gone, oh yeah, actually, I'll take these off for you. Just you stand there, it's fine. Like,
yeah, or I'll just jump into the 8 plates that you were doing.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'll single leg it, bro.
Like, yeah, usually like people tend to start taking it off. And if I want that weight, but I'm going to work up to it, I'll be like, just chuck it on the floor next to it.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, like, if I'm feeling generous, I'll be like, just leave it. I'll sell it. It's fine. Like, if someone's doing a plate per side on a Smith press and they start taking one off, I'll be like, just like, don't even worry.
Yeah, as long as you state that and you've gave them that kind of information, that's fine. As long as no one's assumed that. That's all right.
Yeah, exactly that. I think like, leaving plates on shit's stupid. Also, put dumbbell rack. Every dumbbell rack should have the number that it should be on it.
Ours has that.
Everyone should respect it. Like, it pisses me off when I see people put like the 40s on the top.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're making my life miserable by doing that. Like, especially like really heavy dumbbells. I'm like, it's like you're just making my life more difficult now. And the only reason they're on the top is because some fuckers put the 10 kilos on the bottom. And it's like, just put them on the top.
I love when we're both tired or plus have a headache, we just end up complaining about shit. It's so, yeah, but people like it though. I've been whenever I listen to like podcasts, especially like people like like Jim Ix. There's a reason why because like no one talks about this shit sometimes. Like I know it's kind of overdone a lot of times, but like no one does talk. No one used to talk about it. That's why it came into fruition, I suppose. I was gonna ask one thing after you. Go on, you say your thing. No, I was gonna say. Oh, it was a question, so you say your thing then.
Okay. I think a lot of my the older I get and the longer I do this for, the more accepting of everything has its place I am, and the more frustrated I am about stuff that just has no place.
Yeah.
Like, I think like just quickly summarizing. Like putting your weights away, universally good. Banning gym pins, universally bad. Yeah, some people take the piss, but some people take the piss with full stacking the machine. What are you going to do? Ban full stacking? You know, like it's like the Mr. Dan Duke probably listening. Tell me which gym it is, mate. Well, on Insta, I forget what it is. One of the gyms that he goes to, I think it's owned by Dean. I forget which one it is. Maybe it's Elevate, I can't remember. But basically, the gym owner keeps a gym pin behind the desk. You can't bring in a gym pin. He keeps a gym pin. You can't bring one in, but he keeps one. And you have to ask. And he says, let me see your set. And then if the set is good, next time you don't have to ask. If it's bad, he says, give it 8 to 10 weeks. Go back to the full stack or drop it a little bit.
That's fucking class. That's actually fucking class.
That's perfect. Also, I'd love to have a gym owner come and assess my set while I'm doing it. Can you imagine how fired up you'd be? You'd be like, fuck, I've got to really get this like for a good 10 or something. You know,
that's actually class. That is actually sick.
Yeah, if you get it for a shit 3 and he looks you up and down, you'd be like, I can't be asked to do higher reps. He'd be like, fuck off. You know, like that's brilliant. That's a good system. Like it looks after the kit and it looks after the members, because like you can't help as a gym owner if someone has just really good leverages or is just a freak of nature. It happens.
Yeah, it literally does. And I think the standard of people's forms in the gym needs to seriously improve, and I think that would help everyone. That would benefit everyone. Not only is hard training and accurate training more efficient and time efficient for everyone, which I think people forget actually. Like if you're trying to get like a typical lifestyle client, you know, teaching them the basis of hard training. I've had it happen multiple times. Where they've started pushing, you know, it can take a little bit longer, but when they've started pushing a bit closer to failure, they're like, holy shit, I'm getting so much more growth. And actually like getting more kind of things that I want with less time spent. Like I'm not going and doing 3 sets of bicep curls and getting nothing from it and not feeling anything. Like there is no real negatives, like realistically.
If me and you took 2 random people in Pure Gym, and we program swapped for a month, we'd grow and they wouldn't. We'd grow on their plan far more than they'd grow on our plan. Because it's not the plan, it's effort. Like, especially at that level. Like, we might run into some issues, you know, if they're like bench, close grip bench, incline bench, JM.
My elbows, bro.
Like, like dumbbell press, high incline dumbbell press, you know, yada. Like, just redundancy and stuff and like excessive.
Maybe my chest would actually get big. Jeez.
Dumbbell press to dumbbell flies, bro. Superset with push-ups. But like, if like we, you know, there would be some changes that need to be made, but like if we just applied training hard to most programs, you'd see some growth. It wouldn't be the best growth, but like that is the first stepping stone, you know, is applying.
I was talking to one of my clients about this the other day. I was like, they genuinely thought like training hard was kind of just for bodybuilders. And I was like, I think there's a lot of like, when you go on Instagram, I think there is a lot in like kind of, if you were to search like fitness in general, there's kind of like just 2 crowds. There's people where like very end of bodybuilding, like they're giving like, or like very scientific advice where like it is technically right, but then people on the lifestyle people will be like, what the fuck is going on here? I don't even know what a moment arm is. And then, which is fair. Bro thinks it's part of the body. And then you got the other end where it's like kind of very vague, unhelpful advice, but it actually sits a little bit in their head. It's like, you kind of need to be in the middle there. And it's kind of the same. Like, you don't have to be a fucking bodybuilder to train hard and get the benefits from it. It's the same as, it's kind of what I said about in a post the other day. I was like, passion isn't just for bodybuilders. Like, it's for people, anyone. I guarantee if you cared more about your own physique development or just progress in general, you would do better. Because you'd apply more effort, you'd apply more attention, and then you'd see more growth from it, whether it's hypertrophy or whether it's, you know, getting better structure to your life, feeling a bit better, getting a bit more energy. So literally, there's just there's no real downside, bro. Just like it more.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think training hard is something that universally benefits people. I mean, it comes back to, you know, if I speak more on the bodybuilding side of things and like the recent push towards like 1 RAR and it doesn't make a difference, like, yeah, agreed, on paper it doesn't make a difference, but I still stand by shooting for that failure mark, and falling short is vastly superior. And also, I'm just yet to come across someone who finds failure training so fatiguing that it's and 1 RAR is so fatigue sparing that there's a catastrophic difference there. You know, like, yes, they may both give the same outcome, but as cliche and as much as it makes me sound like a bit of a dad, it is character building and it is good to do. And also, like, the one thing I always say to people is, like, if you want to drive up your performance, there comes a time where driving up your performance with the asterisk of holding back slightly is just impossible. And you do just have to try harder. And I think I would rather see the bodybuilder who's so invested in their bodybuilding and their efforts that set to take them too far, set to push too aggressively, and you know, they're trying their hardest to progress it. And, like, you know, I like a sign of a good bodybuilder is, hey, this lift plateaued 3 times, but no, coach, leave it in. I fucking got it this week. Leave it in. Like, that passion for, like, I will overcome this is a really, really good mindset to have, because bodybuilding is not inherently easy. You are going against biological processes of your body in off-season and prep. And so having a bit of mental fortitude to that is good. And I think approaching everything with the mindset of, cool, but how can I skew it to be slightly nicer for myself, just isn't the main premise or idea, or kind of a beneficial idea of bodybuilding. There's still a lot of merit. And for lifestyle clients, it's kind of, failure is something that you kind of continuously work on all the time. Like, you might get them tapping out a few times along the way, and you're still kind of like, okay, that's closer to failure, but it's not. But you say, like, well done to them, and you keep on pushing them. Whereas with bodybuilders, it's like, this is a continual marker. I want you to keep hitting.
Yeah, you've got more, one more, like,
yeah, exactly. I think everyone, you know, I think training to failure is also kind of beautiful because it is almost never ending. It's like, okay, you put a gun to your head and you've got more. And you put a second gun to your head, you've got more. You put a third gun to your head, you've got more. You know, like, at some point it's counterproductive, but, like, there is something about knowing how far you can push things. And I am a believer in that there is only so strong you can get without really wanting to get fucking strong. You know, there is only so much stimulus you can drive without being an obsessive.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, the heavy weights, the phrase, the weights don't get lighter, you get stronger, or you get better, comes to mind. Like, 300 kilos is 300 kilos. It's not going to get any lighter itself. You need to fucking build your way up to be able to rag it, you know?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. And I think everyone goes through that. I think anyone who's, I'm speaking from more like from a bodybuilder standpoint than lifestyle here, but anyone who's been to the gym and, you know, got into, like, kind of like the fun of it, there is a time where you just want to get fucking strong, isn't there? I swear it's just a thing. And I know there's probably some fucking guy who's way bigger at me laughing at me here and being like, bro, you couldn't get strong if you tried. And it's like, I can get relatively strong for my body weight, I think.
Yeah.
Like, there's some lifts that I do, like, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm doing pretty well here. But like you say, like, it's kind of never ending. Like, it's almost like a unfulfilled circle, but that's what pushes people. They're like, I don't have an end goal to reach. Like, you hear this a lot of the time. Like, I listen to a lot of podcasts, And one thing that like stands out in my mind when I listen to people who have like achieved kind of like top level status, they're like, once you've achieved it, like it does. There's no because you've been chasing something for so long. So like, example like Josh Kroger, and I remember him. Do you know who that is? Yeah, I'm sure you do. But like I remember him talking about him winning, you know, a world title, and then he was like, "Well, that was it. Like sick." Like now I feel a bit kind of like flat, and like you know, I don't feel like I'm still chasing something. And yeah, I kind of like that. So I kind of like the art of that. Like it's pretty cool. Like in other areas of life, it would be like, oh shit, that feels pretty shit because like I'm never gonna reach my goal. But that drives a lot of people. I think that's pretty cool. I actually think that's such a weird thing about bodybuilding that I really like. Just like that kind of never feeling fulfilled, but also like happy with the progress.
Yeah, 100%. You need to have something that like to some extent continually drives you forward, you know. I think that extends to lifestyle and bodybuilding in a way. You mentioned there like kind of I guess coming to the end of a bodybuilding journey in terms of like bodybuilding in the gym in general is something that is very up and down.
Yeah.
And I think we always like kind of we more than we like let on with it with the pod, we have more ups and downs ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm speaking for the group here, so hopefully you can agree. I know I can definitely speak for myself that like bodybuilding remains a constant, but enjoyment of that process or gratitude for that process can definitely vary.
Yeah.
What I mean, let's go into it. Do you have any experiences or do you have any kind of advice for people for when that enjoyment drops down and bodybuilding, you kind of fall off a little bit with bodybuilding?
So I think this all stems from failing to meet kind of like a goal that you set for yourself. So like a very common thing is like when enjoyment falls off, a lot of people, you see it especially within lifestyle people, but also in bodybuilders, where they'll set a big, instead of like gradually coming back into the process and being like, I'm kind of like coming back in, they'll set like a big goal. They'll be like, I want to get perfect this week, or like, you know, like I want to lose this, I want to gain this, I want to hit these lifts. And it's like, you need to understand if your enjoyment has faded for a particular reason. Sometimes it's not a very apparent reason, but there is going to be a reason, okay? Whether you consciously know it or not. And you need to eventually find that. You don't do that by trying to jump back and be perfect, because all you're going to do, you're going to set your expectations up here. You're probably going to hit further than what a lot of people would expect you to, but it'll never be like, you know, you'll be far off it in your head. I think my number one thing is set realistic expectations. If you've really thought, obviously I can't really say if we're talking broadly across bodybuilders and lifestyle people, but don't set your expectations low. That's not what I'm saying. Set them realistic. Okay, realistic doesn't mean low. Realistic means hold yourself accountable to a decent level. Okay, your level used to be extremely high. If you say, let's talk about bodybuilder, if you're starting to lose enjoyment, your level used to be fucking, you know, raging going into your sessions. But let's just go down here. Let's enjoy this process again, and let's build back up to that rather than just fucking trying to go from A to B. I think that's my main thing. I think you'll always fail if your aims are all the way up there. It's impossible to make that jump.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, if you make I'm about to spit some bars. Everyone, hold on tight. Actually, I've overhyped it, but in essence, like if you make your goals a binary of non-binary queens. If you make a binary of like either I've achieved X or I haven't, right? Either I've lost 30 kilos in the next 50 minutes or I'm a fat ugly chud, right? If it's like I've either done this thing or I haven't, then all you have is success or failure.
Yeah.
And the realistic thing is like, when we're talking about, I think as well, the idea of like kind of goal setting, it's a hard one because like goal setting in a kind of sports context or like a bodybuilding or physique or whatever, in this context is really hard to do because it's an infinite process. Yeah. Like it's not as if you're going to achieve it and then be like, right, I'm done. Cool. Like I'm finally not morbidly obese. I finally got abs. I finally got on stage. I've finally got to 100 kilos in off season. Now I'm going to drop everything and stop. Like there is still okay, but I also want to do this next and this and then this. And if you I think goal setting is really hard in this instance because one, I don't think a lot of people are taught how to properly goal set. And the second is exactly like you said, like if you make things either I do this or I don't, then if you don't, but you come close, all you have is you didn't. You don't have I came close. And I think, yeah, I agree. That's probably where most people kind of fall off a little bit because they struggle with they set themselves up for failure before they've even started, you know?
Yeah, I think one thing that I would say, coming from a lifestyle perspective, but it's definitely there for bodybuilders as well, is like instead of from a lifestyle perspective, a lot of people won't work with an online coach before or like with a coach, or a PT, whatever. And it takes a lot of years, a lot of the time, or like a lot of thinking for someone to emotionally invest into doing that. That's a big change for them. Okay. And I think in themselves, they need to realize, because it's took that long, you're going to think, oh, I've made the step now, it's going to happen. Like, I'm going to get that. And yes, with a coach, if you work with a good one, they're definitely going to get you to do that. But I think if you're on your own, the coach will help you. But if you're on your own in this instance, focusing less on, right, I need to lose 30 kg and more on what habits can I change in my day-to-day life where that will actually affect my, ability to lose weight. Like we know, I'm going to say this, there's not many kind of like whole truths that happen universally, but we know most people are chronically underactive. Like a lot of people, especially nowadays, they'll either doom scroll for a long time or they'll be sat at a desk, whether it's their fault or not. A lot of people probably, say like, let's say for an example, like let's just pick one from nutrition. Like a lot of people underconsume dietary fats, like a lot. And a lot of people fucking snack. Let's fucking focus on them things. I guarantee you will already see so many more benefits than being like, I need to focus on this scale weight coming down. Everyone focuses on that instead of the habits. And then all you're going to do is, even if you do lose that weight, you're not going to be fixing them daily habits. So as soon as you do maybe go away from a coach for a reason that's your fault or not, or I don't know, maybe you fall off track, you're going to just slip back into old habits and then you're going to gain the weight again. Like, same.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a lot of rambling, sorry.
No, mate, 100% agreed fully. To the bodybuilders listening, I think this comes back to something that I've seen a few bodybuilders talk about and float the idea of, but just to kind of collect everyone's ideas and hopefully combine it into one nice, fresh, easy sentence or a couple of sentences, is take pride in your actions. Don't just follow a plan. Like, take pride in your performance, take pride in your execution, take pride in the quality of your food, take pride in your accuracy. Too many bodybuilders are driven by end goals. If I sit down most bodybuilders, or like even talking to most bodybuilders, they'll be like, I need to eat this meal to achieve X thing. Like, this meal is going to help me lift this weight or hit this body weight or do this thing or whatever. And it's like, I think if you make your entire life based around a particular goal or outcome, you're either going to crog on yourself, or when you do it, you're going to be like, what next? Or you're going to not quite hit those things and feel like you're endlessly chasing something. Whereas if you just truly enjoy the process and love it and just take pride in the fact that, like, I did my cardio and I pushed, I did my training and it was really good, I followed my food, I put real time and care and effort into it. Like, if you follow those things and you really take pride in your actions and be like, everything I did, I am proud of, not because of what it will be or what it will become, but because of what it was today, then you're going to go far further and you'll enjoy things more. And I think if bodybuilding ever wrap it up and you had to retire or you stopped or whatever, you'd find that transition easier, because it's like you'd still be able to carry those habits of high quality training, high quality lifestyle decisions, staying healthy, staying active, eating really well. Like, those are all things that would still continue to be the case for you,
Yeah, I think that's quite apparent in my life as well. Like, I'd say within the last 6 months, I used to be a bit more bodybuilding focused than I am, but my actions haven't changed. Like, I wouldn't say competing is in my head right now because certain personal things, but I still fucking train the same, I still eat the same, I still progress the same. Like, it's not like I've gone, oh, I'm gonna stop like having bodybuilding in my head, so my actions will all change. I'll go back to being a slob. Like no, like realistically, I feel fucking great right now. I'm the happiest I've been for a while when it comes to my training. Not like enjoyment from sessions. I say that's still something to come. But in terms of being like, oh, I'm pretty proud of getting all this work done today and train a productive training session on top of that. That is a win. Like whether my win isn't, oh, that'll all compound to 20 kilos of mass in however many years. It's more like that is the win in itself. And if you don't celebrate them wins, it's gonna fly by, and you're gonna be like, oh, well, there's gonna be a point where life gets hard, and you'll be like, oh fuck, this is too hard. Like it just is.
Yeah, exactly. Too many people look at check-it. Like I don't really think about check-ins. Like I have a day where I take pictures of myself, I fill in my check-in daily, and I just report back what I'm doing. And my goal is like at the end of the day when I fill out that check-in for it to be as accurate as possible. And so I don't really like wait with bated breath for Tim to be like, oh, here's all the changes, here's everything new, here's what's going on. Like it's just kind of something I'm like, oh cool, like check-ins here.
Yeah.
We doing sweet. Like whether there's changes or not changes, that's fine. Like, I don't need reassurance. I don't need anything else because I know that I've done everything that I need to do. And it's like if the plan changes, then I adjust what I'm doing to fit the plan. And then if it doesn't change, it doesn't change. I think, like you said, too many people are, so outcome focused that as soon as the outcome changes, they get spun. When my prep got pulled last year, I didn't make any changes, just kind of kept on doing what I was doing. And cardio got adjusted, steps got adjusted, and food got adjusted. Now, obviously, they got adjusted into like a growth phase and a surplus, but I was still doing them. It was still the same, And it's like, cool. You just kind of keep on going. And there's like, I found transitioning out of it easy, and I found like, I mean, I was annoyed that I couldn't get on stage, but realistically, I wasn't that annoyed because I hadn't got on stage. And so I was just doing what I was already doing. Just kind of kept on going. And it's like, there's no need to, panic or freak out or stress or, kind of question my whole life or even get like some kind of post-prep blues or sadness. Because I'd be like, well, I'm still in control of my life. If I want to prep, then I will. And then until then, I'm just going to keep on bodybuilding. It's like what Ryan Turner, Mr. Trim with Intent, said to me. He was like, okay, see, prep's gone. Like, what changes? And I was like, okay, so steps, food, cardio. And he was like, no, you're already doing that. What changes? And I was like, oh shit, you're right, nothing.
Yeah. He seems so like mentally. He's so like mentally there.
him and Tom Taylor.
Yeah, Tom like, did a lot.
They're fucking phenomenal with their mindset. And like, I was being coached by Tom at the time, and I was like, kind of, talking about approaching prep. Sorry, not pulling out prep, because I pulled out prep later on. I was after working with Tom, and with like when I was working with Tom, I was like nervous, and that's why I was talking to Ryan, and he was like, he's like, and I was like, oh, I'm worried about my energy, I'm worried about business, I'm worried about this, that, the other. And I spoke to Ryan, and after he said like nothing changes, I was like, yo, he's right. And I remember I messaged Tom, and Tom I sent a big long voice note, and Tom just replied like, oh, Ryan mind fucked you, didn't he? And I was like, yeah, he did. Like he just has a way of like just fucking with your head, but in a really good way. Like he just says something and it like shatters the illusion.
It gets you questioning like yourself. I do that quite a lot. I ask like why when someone like if someone's trying to make a change, I'll be like, why? Like if they're suggesting something, and then you get them talking, it's like, oh, they realize, and it's like, oh shit. It's quite powerful, isn't it? It's a really good tool to use.
Yeah, I think that conversation with Ryan matured my view of bodybuilding a lot. Because I remember at the time being like, I'm scared of prep, but I really want to do it. But I'm worried about that I might have to pull out because it'll be too hard. And I'm, I want to prep because I want to be a real bodybuilder. And he's like, what's a real bodybuilder? And then he was like, well, I've competed once. Am I not a real bodybuilder? And I was like, no, of course you are. Look at you. And he's like, okay, look at you. Like, it's like, he's kind of like, what's the difference? It was like, we do the same thing in the day. Like, so why are we any different? And like, he was like, if you're scared of prep, what's going to change? Like it's the same. You're just bodybuilding. It's just we give it a different name. And also, if you don't want to prep, you don't have to, because it doesn't matter. You're still bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And then that was when I was like, oh shit, no, I actually really want to do this, etc. But yeah, shout out Ryan, you're a fucking legend, mate.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out Tom as well, because he was basically that person to me, bro. He's like, you just like, it's very underrated to have a coach that is just so like that. The messages that aren't to do with check-ins, like if you're messaging someone and worried about something, and they just give you a really like nice, straightforward response that gets straight to the point, rather than like, I think the average person that asks someone about something or tries to vent to someone and they just agree, and it's like, I like to hear that like kind of devil's advocate, or like, even if it's like, you're thinking about this, you probably should change your perspective to this. It's so powerful. It's actually so powerful.
Yeah, 100%. Tom and Ryan have probably the best mindset towards bodybuilding that I've ever seen. And it's why both of them were able to prep with a smile on their face and staying human and just not making a big song and dance of it and still landing up peeled on stage. And it's because they're not making it more than it needs to be. The process is as hard as it is, but who cares? It's just bodybuilding. And if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. And like, you know, like, yeah, both of them just have like a top level athlete. They're so in tune with the process that they're almost in a way like disconnected from it in a way that makes, you know, like, I think so many people are trying to embody bodybuilding rather than just focusing on doing it. And if you just focus on doing it, you realize that actually it's fine.
I think that just applies to every phase as well. Like, even if you're just a lifestyle client, even if you are bodybuilder, just literally just focus on doing it rather than I think too many people try and think ahead. Like we've talked about that quite a lot, but they just think ahead and they're like, this is going to happen if this happens, if this happens. It's like, you haven't even made one of them things happen yet. How are you supposed to calculate the outcome? Like, it's great.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like trying to sit your A levels before you've done your GCSEs. It's like,
yeah, exactly. It's like what I've been posting recently online. It's like advice I'm trying to give myself is just forget who you are. Like, forget entirely who you are, because it's so easy. Like, I sit down all the time and I'll be like, oh, there's no way I can do this. There's no way I can do that. Like, it's not within my capacity. And I'll just tell myself, I'll be like, forget yourself and just be someone else. Be you and the best version of you, and just focus on actions. Or like, it's so easy to be like, oh, that's like, I'm going to find that so hard, or I am like just kind of dreading things, because you're like, I know I'm going to struggle with that. And I'll just be like, I need to forget who I am and just do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think sometimes that's the best place. If you're really self-aware, you can turn that into a prison where you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm capable of that. You know, and it's like, especially with lifts in the gym, I'll be like, I've never done it before. And I'll be like, okay, but many thousands of people have done it before me. So fuck me. Let's just lift a weight that is objectively liftable.
Yeah, lift heavy circle, move W.
Right, we'll wrap it up there. Thank you everyone for listening. If you want some cheap supplements, use Archer 10. Check Sports.
Use Jizzle 10.
If you want to be coached by myself or Matty or Camille, link is down below. I am more along bodybuilding. Matty is more along the non-competitive side, and Camille is there if you're injured, or if you want some physique coaching as well, and you really like Camille. What else have we got? Instagram's down below, and usually we're less tired than this, or I'm less tired than this.
I thought that was pretty profound. I thought that was a pretty profound podcast. That was. I don't think it was that much.
Profound, bro. We're fucking
I know, bro.
But anyway, thank you everyone for listening. Have a good day. Goodbye.